Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So you probably saw a title and clicked on this video because it is saying how to deal with struggles in life. And if you're struggling, this is a good video for you. Now, I'm someone who has had a very blessed life, a great upbringing, and quite frankly have gotten a lot of nice things, spoiled just a little bit. However, I've still had a fair share of struggles in my life and tribulations. I've had some pretty bad injuries in my volleyball career that have held me back from some pretty extraordinary things. I've had a hospitalized disorder that I was in the hospital for 14 days because of, which was an eating disorder, if you're wondering. And I've struggled with a lot of balancing of things in life and just feeling overwhelmed and honestly really scared and fearful for the future. So I just wanted to share some of my top strategies that I do to alleviate and kind of lower the stress levels and weight that you're carrying. So number 1 is bring everything before God. In prayer, repetition, unceasingly prayer is my absolute number 1 piece of advice. I've noticed over the years that none of my prayers have gone unanswered, and sometimes they're answered in a different way. Applying this to struggles, let's say you're struggling in math and you're getting C's and D's on tests, and it's really, really disappointing. I'm doing math as a very vague example, but you can use it for other areas of life. And with math, you pray to God. You say, help me to grow, help me to know, and help me to understand these topics and ideas, right? And let's say someone comes along, you meet a friend who's actually really good at math. Maybe they're in the math level higher than you. I don't know what kind of way that God would send some help, but He always guides and directs you in the path of success and in a much better way than you probably wanted to, because one of the things that leads us to a lot of struggles is us going to the wrong direction, us glorifying money. And so when we don't make money, we're super mad because that's what our goal was in the first place. But then God, when we pray to God for money, He shows us a different path, which is better for us overall. And my second piece of advice, besides praying, would be communicating with others. I think a lot of us like to build these things up, and it's really hard to share with others our struggles because we don't want to seem vulnerable or weak. Let's say in school you're taking some hard classes, but you know people who are taking harder classes than you and just doing quite fine. So you don't want to bring up your struggles because it seems like you're dumb or you're stupid and you don't understand it. But the truth of the matter is that those people who are excelling in their classes are probably spending a lot of time or not showing their struggles and just being like, oh yeah, I easily get an A in AP Calc, just as an example. But I think that communication with others can be really helpful, especially with your parents, siblings, friends, to talk what you're struggling with. And they're not going to be like, you're stupid or you don't understand. They're going to try and help you mentally, emotionally, and maybe even physically with helping you with your stuff. And so that's a plus, anyways. And the last thing is letting things go that you can't control. I think this one is also a really big piece of advice that I have for everyone, because a lot of times in life, we have these big goals and aspirations, and when things don't go our way that we can't control, we get super frustrated. Perfect example of this is a championship match on the line. Let's say you've done an absolute masterclass in your football, basketball, soccer, baseball, volleyball, whatever it is, match, right? Assuming there's more than one person, just for example, and you have 35 points in your basketball game, and there's 3 seconds left, and you guys are down by 1. You pass the ball, your friend shoots it and misses it, and you guys lose the national championship, right? You can feel super disappointed about that, but you did your job. You did your role to the best of your abilities. You have to ask yourself when you fail or when you're struggling, am I doing the best of my abilities? If the answer is yes, You're doing all that you can. There's nothing more you can do. There's nothing more you can control to increase the outcome. So stop worrying about it and just keep doing what you can. Now, if the answer is no, you can be doing better things. You can be working harder, right? But most of the time, the answer is yes, and people are just trying to achieve things that just aren't possible or they can't do right now. But that's okay, because again, you have to be able to learn to just control what you can control and let go of things that you can't. So I think these three things, praying to God, number one, He's the creator. He has all the knowledge in the world. He knows everything that's going to happen, so He can help you out. I think communicating with others is huge. And I think learning to let go of things that you can't control is massive. So I hope these things were helpful to you guys and can take some weight off your shoulders. If you guys ever have any questions, please leave them in the comments, or you can email us at twobrosministry@gmail.com. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.